Hello, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog, something a little bit different. We're testing out our new live broadcasting unit. So this is actually a live broadcast being streamed live. You'll be able to watch this obviously as a recording as normal. Some of you have seen some of this, some of you haven't, so I'm going to give you a quick whip round of what we've got. Basically we have the webcam, which is obviously shooting over the studio. Now I have got a brand new system coming next week, probably Tuesday, so we're probably going to be doing the Q&A as a live that will give us crystal clear pin sharp picture all the time, and we can maneuver the camera around and we can use multiple cameras. The trouble that you find with the webcam, as always, is it's not really designed for showing things at a distance, but as soon as you get things close up, it's crystal clear. Okay, this is just the trouble you have naturally with webcams. They're not designed for doing large areas, but obviously the big camera is. So we've got it, going to have it linked up to the system so we can stream live with the big Canon. So we should have no problem getting all the guys in, and then for close-up work we can switch over cameras to show you exactly how it is. Obviously with this bit of software it's very clever because we can do lots of things with it. So obviously we can look around the forum. We've got the forum down here and we can show you, and it should be crystal clear and nice and pin sharp and everything else. So hopefully from that point of view, as we're going to have a look around a little bit later around the actual the site and the forum and everything else like that, and we can show you some of your great work and talk about it, which is something we'd like to do. The whole point of this was to make this bit more interactive. Now this is how we're going to be doing all the live streaming, the Q&As and everything else like this. Skype obviously will be whoever is our guest coming in, and then obviously you'll have me and the guys on the camera. We can add more cameras, and then obviously down here as you can see we can have your questions so you can see exactly how they are, and obviously we can stream through them and scroll through them all like this, and you can see it live as we're looking at the questions. You can read along with them, so it should make it a lot more interactive and quicker. We can also put in, direct to doing the questions, a live area as well, so you can ask us in a, you know, just a normal format, drop your questions in and we'll see appear them live on screen as we're talking. Okay, so it's all different things like that. All right, so lots of exciting things going on at the moment. Obviously yesterday we had the Shackleton review went up. Thanks for all the feedback on that. It turns out it's a bit of a dog by all accounts. I don't know, it still looks like it to me, but apparently the fuselage is out of shape and isn't exactly brilliant. So the review of that is up on the actual site now. It's in the review area, and obviously it's on our Facebook and YouTube pages, so full in-depth one about that one. Up today we've got, if I can find it, here it is, we've got the Takom AMX 1375 review. There's three flavours of this particular tank. This is just one of them. Dinky little guy, I have to say, but it has got some really nice touches. Takom tend to be that almost their tight company. I'm finding that, you know, it's beautifully thin parts. In fact, it's very, very thin, as I demonstrate in a minute. I think I'll start wobbling the plastic on this, but generally it's just, I don't know, the tracks are a bit of a problem. It's just that push fit thing. They're going to be a bit of a pain. You're going to have to glue them solid and all the rest of it, but definitely for a little dinky tank like this, it is something very, very special and very, very nice. So anyway, let's have a look around the forum. So down here in the forum, obviously you've got your great work down in here that's been going on over the last week. So if we have a pop down into the gallery, so usual thing, pop your work down here into the gallery, and then we can just have a look around in here. So starting off with, we have Michael's Fantastic. Is this the, oh, this is the Pro Modeler kit. Sorry, I thought it was the main one. So this is a beautifully built, I'm getting ahead of myself, 1/48 scale. And this is the 410, the heavy fighter. Beautifully done, very nice, as you can see down there. And this is what I love about this, I can talk about people's models. But it's lovely in the German markings with this, obviously with the splinter and the slight mottling down the side and everything else. And as I said, quite a short-lived aircraft by all accounts, but definitely a bit of a heavy hitter, complete with these rearward firing guns and heavy hitting cannons at the front, as we can see just around here. Very nicely done, very sharp, very clean, crisp photos, which, as you know, I absolutely love, and generally everything else like that. So congratulations, that is a stunner. Right, this is something, I can't just click back on this. I didn't say we were going to mention this one. No due respect to Jamie, of course, but obviously this is technically one of the ones from the group build that he's being clever and sticking it everywhere. All right, but we will talk about it because it is an absolute stunner. What a mate! This one is beautifully done. scratch building at its absolute perfection. Some beautiful work gone into this one. We've got the build here on the site as well, so you can obviously flick through and have a look at it, and I'm hoping he's going to add even more to it and talk about his painting and everything else as time comes on. But this is a resin skull on the front, and the rest of this is absolutely scratch built. All the markings and everything else are all sprayed on as well, so they're not actually decals, it's all been put on, but it's just the level of the detail that's gone into this one, and the way the paintwork's been faded, blended and scratched and buffed is absolutely spot on. It does look beautiful, and the little touches, as I say, like the old Pepsi bit of metal that he's used for a repair job on it, is absolutely stunning. Okay, now as I say, the build is coming along. I'm hoping he's going to add a little bit more to it, because it is well worth having a look at and going around that one. So sorry, we've got to scroll up and down on this. I found a design fault with doing these this way. Right, who else we got? Beautiful Harrier. Saw this one. Very nicely done. Cracking little kit, as you can see. Nicely done all down in there and everything else. And as I say, these little Harrier kits are little gems. They go together really, really nicely. Okay, and just take your time with them. But, you know, the old Harrier one in the wraparound camo, beautifully done. Is it wraparound? No, not quite wraparound, but close. Okay, so well done for that one, Colin. And just going back up there. 70 seconds. I was talking about this the other way. Oh, Dennis, you're going to let me down on this one. For some reason, as you can see, I can never get Dennis's photos to work. Sorry, mate. We're going to have to come back to you at a later date, because it drives me mad that I can't see them. And I just saw that one. That was Colin's. I think we saw this one last week. We did, but it's well worth having another look at. Something a little bit different, a little bit well and down on this one. As I say, completely oddball aircraft, the golden era of flight and transport and everything else, flying the stuff around the Empire. Okay, and what else we got in here? As I say, I have to be careful, because some of these we've seen before. Because I'm doing it live, it's very difficult to know where we are. Beautiful work on this one. Lovely modelling technique with the paintwork, just to break it all up and make it look nice. It's got a shark's mouth on it, so gets a bonus points for me. But very nicely done. Nice work attaching the canopy down and everything else. But generally just the way that all the panel lines are nicely just going in. And it just shows you don't have to have them blindingly done. It's nice that they're not all filled, because in reality, not all panel lines are filled in and everything else. So having it where it's like some are, some aren't and everything else makes it look more natural. Okay, instead of having it looking like a big sort of anime model, something else like that. So it's nicely done. Beautiful photographs as well. So again, nice work on that one. Nice, clean, clear, crisp photos all the way through. Okay, and who else we got? And Super Hornet. Can't go wrong with a Hornet, let's face it. Oh, I know this kit well. Okay, I know this aircraft well as well. Having built a few of them, very nice to see it in a maintenance scene like this with the gear up. Okay, and being put back together and all the rest of it. Although I don't know if you'd have weapons with it, live ordnance, but as I say, very nicely done, beautifully painted. As I say, be nice to get more photos, guys. Let's get more photos up on this one. Okay, so well done on that one, Andrew. MiG-3. So it drops me to the bottom, because I've been in here once before. I think we saw this one last week again. As I say, apologies for overcapping on this one. It's just I'm grabbing them off the top instead of actually having them all listed out. Very nicely done. Some nice painting, nice weathering, and a lovely little dio with this one. It's quite nice this way, because I can show you more of the pictures. We're doing it the other way. You only get two. Okay, so some nice work with that one. And the figures as well. Beautifully done. Nice again work around the blades with the props. Okay, so very nice indeed. MiG-3. Okay, so well done on that one. I'm wondering if we could do this the other way. Let me just try something slightly different. If I click in here, okay, hold on, bear with me. I'm just trying to find a slightly quicker way of doing this, so we don't have to keep scrolling around all over the place. Clever, we got multiple screens of everything going on down here. We mentioned this one, actually, Ted's one, on the show the other day when I was practicing this, and I'm going to go back to it again because it is absolutely beautifully done. P-47, the Mighty Tamiya kit, and again it's owlclad, which I know I don't like because it's smelly and all the rest of it, but it does show the beautiful finish you can get with it. It does look exceptionally well. There's something about owlclad that it just has that edge when it's done properly. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, you know, guys mess it up all the time, but sometimes if owlclad's put on I think a little bit too thick or something else like that, it just loses it. But as I say, when it's done right like that, that is absolutely beautiful. So well done to Ted on that one. Hellcat, did we look at this one last week? We suddenly disappear off the screen. I think we might have looked at this one last week. We did. Quick recap. Very nicely done. Again, little aircraft, little model like this. Beautifully done and painted. And having the invasion stripes or ID markings like this really does look nice. Okay. Right, let's have a look at some armour, shall we? Okay, back over to here and back again to armour. Come on, sorry, wrong way everybody. Okay, we have some nice armour this week for you. Beautifully done. Johanna's done a beautiful job on this one. Saw this one, as I say, with the markings, the weathering and everything is just all together on this one. It's nice to see that the markings have been blended in with the actual paintwork and everything all over has a very nice look to it. Okay, did he wire up the lights? Because these have active lights on this. Okay, perhaps he did. This is another thing we can do which we couldn't do before. Sorry, zipping you through.
I'm showing you my last finished project. This project is the T90 from Maine. It's a very new kit, and it's a kit full with detail, and it was nice to build, so no problem with fitting or other problems, so no flash and all. I painted in the scheme that was included in the instructions of mine, and it shows an instruction T90. I like the vehicles, and also I like the camouflage scheme. The kit is painted with colors from the Vallejo Model Air range, and sprayed with an airbrush. I did the weathering with clay washes, and that was well, my first time I used them, and it's a bit a learning curve to understand how they work, but after watching some videos on the internet I followed the instructions and finally was happy with the outcome of this first test with the clay washes. The kit is built out of the box. The only extra on this kit are the lenses. You can see over here and on the back here, and the rest is out of the box. So I hope you like it.
We do, fantastic. I hope they're Flory Models washes, obviously. Fantastic job on that. See, look, I got carried away. I was listening to myself. Okay, so what else we got down here? John. Something a little bit different. The hell is that? Hobby Boss again doing something weird and wacky. This is a, oh, obviously it's Swedish. They always do wacky stuff. So it's a CV9035 infantry fighting vehicle. Very nicely done. Nice little techniques on that one with the dry brushing, the streaking effects coming through, and everything else like that. As I said, he's done a nice one on that. Beautiful job. Okay, so well done on that one, John. And who else we got? Again, big and wacky. This is Revel 135th scale. What it is we got? It's a GTK Boxer. Okay, again, it looks like a box. Beautifully done, nicely photographed as well. It's nice to see, guys, that if you take the effort and you actually get them on a stand or with a background in them and things like that, it just pays off because the photos just look better. Okay, so if you can just spend a couple more minutes just to lay down a bit of blue card like we've done here, or black or white, whatever you do, photograph it against that. Trust me, it just makes things look a lot better. Okay, BTR, nice little kit. Again, this is the 35th Trumpy one. Yep, nicely done. A little bit of pigment work and wash work, like it looks like underneath. Very nicely done. again, this stuff, the little trick to get rid of the fluffy bits on that is to a little bit of wax. You can get a little bit of beeswax, and if you just rub it on there, all the little wispy bits, which are the telltale that it's string, okay, instead of wire, you get them to lay flat, and you can even paint over it, and all the rest of it goes very, very well for doing that. I know there's loads of other different techniques to do it, but it's just what I happened to do with my one before I painted it on the Terminator. Okay, what else we got? Leopard on the back of a recovery. So this is the Meng. What we got? We've got the Trumpeter Transporter, and then the Leopard is the Meng one. Beautiful setup, big setup as well. Again, very nice to see the photos right the way through. I tell you what I like about this one as well, the sheen on the tyres. Sometimes people just dull everything off completely flat, and let's face it, tyres when they're hot or wet, they get quite glossy and all the rest of it. So it's nice to just have the odd ones. But as I said, complex kit to put together, nice work with the chain in, obviously having the Leopard on the back and everything else like that. Big project, a lot of time in there, you can see that one, and it's been beautifully executed. And I'll let you off about not filming it on a background or anything, because at that scale you would need huge. Okay, very nicely done. Do like that. Okay, so who was that anyway? That was Des. Well done, Des. Beautiful work. And okay, okay, a little bit of, sorry, drops to the bottom. We did this one last week, but again we can show you a few more pictures of it up detailed. Sorry, I'll just scrape it to the top. Okay, so this was Gareth's one, wasn't it, with the accurate armour recovery set. Beautifully done. Very nice stuff down in all in here. Trust me, next week, guys, I'll do a list of the ones we want to look at before. But what happens is I'm just grabbing off the top, and you know what it is. As soon as somebody comments, it comes to the top again. All right, so normally I sort of know what is this week's and what isn't and everything else. But again, very nicely done. Okay, so let's just have a look over in the gone too far now. There we go. Sea Gallery, we've got nothing this week. Still the same, nothing new from the sea side of things. Civil stuff. Wow. Now I haven't seen this. This is a new one on me. Okay. So this is John. Beautiful paintwork on that. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning. So what is this one? This is the Tamiya 1/12 scale GSX 1300R. Very nice. Love the paintwork. Something a little bit different. It's a horrible colour, isn't it? No, I'm only joking. Very nice. I don't think I would have that colour personally, but as I say, each to their own. I'm on about a real bike, by the way, not this one, because as I say, it's very clever, very different as well. And at the end of the day, you don't want to go along with everybody else. You want to go for something a little bit different. And again, Adam's done a beautiful job. So we've got the Tamiya 1/24 Castrol Supra. Lovely job. Look at the decals all on that. Nightmare. Very nicely done. Lovely photos as well. It really depicts it, sets it off very, very nicely. Again, something a little bit different. Very nice to see. I am loving the diversity that we now have on the site. Purely because it's nice to see a little bit of everything else. I'm assuming we've done this one before. Yes, we did. Okay, that's great work on that one. Okay, just back again. I think we're right. Did we do? I think we did Stuart's Ferrari as well. Yeah, we did. We looked at that one last week. Beautiful work on that one. Fantastic job. Down in there. Okay, and who else? That's about all our jobs down in there. Let's have a quick dive in the sci-fi. If you guys like this, let me know, and then if you do, what I'll do is I'll start traipsing through things. Sorry, now we've gone too far. Where have we gone now? Oh god. Gallery, see, sci-fi. Anyone for an Iron Man? Have we done this one? Yeah, we've had a look at this one, but we can see again. So, I've got one of these to do actually. Don't tell him, but it's for our lad. I've never done it. It was his Christmas present. I said I'll build it for him. Yeah, one of those things. Get around to it one day. What on that one, Michael? Okay, and Yeah, I think we've all been in here. Another TIE fighter. It's all quiet. I know why, because you lot are all really pushing on with all the group builds and all things like that. I think we've done in here. No, haven't seen this one. So Warren's done the 148. So this is the moving. Is it the moving? No, it's not. This isn't, is it? This is the fine mold. Sorry. I was going to say, you could see the difference. The difference really is up here. The way you can spot a Bandai to a fine mold. The fine mold ones, I know everyone loves it, but it doesn't quite have the same amount of detail running around at the top. That's the only way you can really tell the difference between them. They're both great kits. Okay, very nicely done. Nice work on the figure as well. As I say, sometimes I get a little bit left out. Nicely done, and with the stand, R2 and all the bits like that. Great job, great build. But then I'm biased. I've got to show you this one. This is Bane's camo one. If his potion's going to load through. Looks familiar. I've got one of these. Video build for this is up on the site. Not the best kit in the world. It's really hard to work with. The plastic is almost industrial. It's like ABS. Only one picture. Oh, come on, Chris. Want to see more than that? Okay. Nice work on that one, though. Where is the other one? This is the one I wanted to show you. Okay, sorry, zip back to the top. We did look at this briefly. I think we said a couple of photos last week, but it's lovely to see, and I can show you Mark's work a little bit on this one. So, as I said, we've got the lights in. This is the standard, same one as I did, but he did a far better job than me. Okay, although it looks like he elected to black out the windows as well, because it's a cheap and quick way out. Fibre optic lighting, this is what this one's all about, and it works really, really well. The difference between fibre optic lighting and going through LEDs these days are so small and tiny, that's great. But it's easier with fibre optic because you can just run it where you like off of one light source. So if you're doing something like he's done here with white light, you can just run one bulb and then just string around the fibre optic. And as long as you don't crack the fibre optic, you're absolutely fine. Okay, and it does come up and give you a great job. There we go, nice little side-by-side shot there. Fantastic work. Right, anything in the diodes? I think we're still Richard Moore. Yeah, it's still worth another look. Mr. Miller, Captain Miller, Saving Private Ryan. And it is one of those things, it does look like him. Sometimes you see people's figure painting and you're like, yeah. But that does definitely come across very, very well. That photo there is a classic. That's a really nice shot. And this reminds me as well, I've got 3 screens running here, and the monitor I'm looking at, I've really got to do something with my colours because they look terrible. Okay, so there we go, guys. That's amazing work from you guys. I'm just going to have a quick dive down in here just to show you what's going on at the moment. So obviously you've got the group builds, as you can imagine. We've got plenty of things going on at the moment. So we've got the Must Be an Animal group build. It's going to run to the 19th of July on that one. Currently down here, as you can see, we've got 239 entries in there. 36 completed. I'll tell you what we'll do next week. We'll pop in here and have a look round there. The World War I tanks, we've got 31 on the go. We've got 9 completed already. Christ, guys, you really are flying through on this one. The Easter egg one, we've got 1 completed. Tell you what, let's just have a look. Who completed? Who got in there? Oh, Bob's done one already. There we go. It's the Blue Angels egg plane coming out of an egg. Is that a real egg? If it is, it wouldn't last in our house. I would eat that. Okay. Come on, Bob. Nicely done. Let's say it's just a little bit of fun with the old egg plane builds and all the rest of it. And then we got the Seeing Double. That has started. We've got 17 down in there. This is basically all your twin-seater. Or, you know, 2 crew basically, aircraft and all the rest of it. Alright, so we've got some nice entries going on in there. Let's just have a look, actually, just have a ganders because I haven't been in here today. So we've got everything. MiG-15, obviously it's the UTI 2-seater. Mosquito, obviously it's a 2-seater. Su-30, again, Dauntless, obviously. MiG-21, obviously, 31, 2-seater. CF-18B, yeah, that's a nice size. The Sword Lightning, I'd love to see one of those one done, and I'm sure John will do a great job on that one. And they got the ICM U2 down there. Harvard, again, classic. MiG-29, Blackburn, Rock. We've got the SAK-21 sailplane, Tornado. I thought you'd be more Tornadoes, F-15s and things like that, if I'm honest. I thought it'd just be full of them, and Tomcats and all that. And so there we go, and we've got a Nat down there, obviously 2-seater, and we've got the PT17 and the Junkers 87. So we've got some great work going on down there. So what I'm going to do is next week I will pop in and I will well, basically go through all your work and see what you're all doing and everything else like that. And we'll go through it. So don't forget, usual thing guys, the today bit, which is obviously if you're in the forum you'll be seeing it up in here. You've got all the different bits and pieces as we go. Flo on the go, I just mentioned Flo on the go is definitely on the go, is currently winging her way to Hans. He, she, I don't know, whichever we're agreeing on this one. And that will be obviously go on, start its trip around the world very, very soon. Get more details probably next week. We'll start to do a plan of action of where she's going, how you can make your donations and all the bits and pieces like that. Okay, right the way through. So don't forget, if we just pop over to the main site, you know, all the bits in here. This is where we're going to have trouble now because I have to click across. Don't forget, over on the side, over on this right hand side, you just click on the actual video builds, and then all of the video builds are down in there. So if you want to see, obviously the one that's running at the moment is the 787 is down in here, and if we click you should be able to watch now. We can fast forward. We can talk about, as you can see, bunging the halves together, and then we talk about primers. We spoke about this before. Just skipping forward,
cup thing, and you get
just like that. Okay, so there's still plenty of things, and obviously you can catch up with all the info and everything that's going on our today page. Obviously I haven't updated this yet because I haven't put this on, but you'll see the reviews down there, the video builds are down there, the Q&As, and all the videos from the week, as you can see them right the way down there. Don't forget, part 9 of the Terminator is a free to watch as well, so if you want to watch that one you can do. So there we go, that's it for this week. What a great week. I'm positively carrying on with the Shackleton, I wish, with the Halifax, which I don't know. After looking at the Shackleton, then you look at the Halifax, they seem to be a million miles apart. The instructions are just horrible all the way through, and going to be a little bit of fiddling around. Obviously, with this one, we've got the colour photo etch set for the cockpit for detailing that. Also, it does come with a normal bit of photo etch as well for the cockpit, so that's going to be quite interesting. So you're going to see all about that on Monday, and then obviously we've got over there on the right hand side the resin upgrade set for it with the correct engine intakes, the spinners and the props for it as well. So hopefully we'll make this thing look half decent by the end of it. So there we go guys, tell me what you think of this new format and all the rest of it. Quite excited about getting the new camera in next week. That should make a massive difference to everything, but hopefully this will be a little bit more interactive, and when we get the actual interactive area going, which is this guy here, obviously it'll be me, and obviously we're going to get Steve in here. You can talk to us live during the live shows, the Q&As and the various bits and pieces like that, and then hopefully we can get Hans in or anybody else who wants to join us here, and we can do it like that. So there we go guys, that is about it for this week. Until next week everybody, happy modelling and take care.